Hey guys, hope you're having an awesome day. I'm Zach Bowles. I'm a certified professional coach, and this is my partner, Andrew Sartori, a functional health and wellness expert and mentor. And together we work with gay men who are feeling stuck in one or more areas of their lives. We help them build unshakable confidence so they can thrive in all areas. And if you guys are watching live, please feel free to say hi. Hey Joe, hey Hans, good to see you guys. Hey Joe, yeah, feel free to type some comments down below. Hey Gary, how's it going, man? And we love seeing who is joining us, whether you're live or watching the replay. Hey Ricky, and hey Antonio, good to see you guys. So today we're going to talk to you about different attitudes or mindsets that, for example, like victim energy or anger, and how they affect so many gay men in our community. It's really causing so many of them to feel unfulfilled in their lives and to really unnecessarily suffer.
Yeah, so it's a really big problem, and let us know what your experiences are. If you felt that the gay community can be harsh, we'd love to know, how does that show up for you? Like, how do you view this? And hey Julia, hey Robbie. So we've seen this so much, we've experienced this ourselves, that a lot of gay men are actually pretty cruel and judgmental towards other gay men. There's so much judgment. A lot of gay men now feel that they have to be a certain way or look a certain way in order to feel good enough or accepted or to have a successful relationship. And it's really heartbreaking, and this has caused, understandably, so many gay men to feel really helpless, hopeless, and angry about the gay community, and it can cause them to feel stuck, like they can't get out there. Hey Farah, hey Michael, yeah. And it's just a really big challenge for so many gay men, and it's understandable, but you don't have to be a victim to it, and so that's what we want to talk about today.
Exactly, and it's very understandable to feel that way. We've both experienced and been exposed to that in the past, and fortunately it's something we've learned a lot about and how to overcome it, and that's some of the things we're going to share with you today.
And like I've just been downright shocked at some of the messages and stuff I've seen that like from friends that have been on Grindr or Scruff, and they're like, look at what this guy said to me, and I can't believe a human being would say that to another human being.
Right, and it's really easy for that to really affect us and bring us down and really feel sorry for ourselves. But one thing we're going to talk to you about today is only our thoughts can cause us harm. So one trap a lot of gay men, hey Joe, hey James, one trap a lot of gay men in particular fall into is allowing themselves to feel like a victim. And victim mindset is basically telling yourself, I lose. It's feeling like a victim to thoughts or circumstances, really feeling like the world is kind of out to get you and things are happening to you. And it's so easy to let this cause you to avoid situations and have little engagement and really start to feel hopeless. Some examples in the gay community specifically are not going to social events, telling yourself that I'm not good enough, I'll never have a boyfriend, I'll never look like that guy, I'll never feel good about myself, and I'll never be in a relationship.
Right. Yeah. And there's no judgment here, but that's the lowest of the attitudes, the energy levels. And just to give a big picture view, we're there in Zach's practice, the master.
I'm a Energy Leadership Index Master Practitioner. It's kind of a long title. And basically, there's the belief that there's 7 levels of energy, and victim is at the very, very, very bottom. It's basically the lowest of all the energy levels. It's very catabolic, very destructive, and it's not a fun place to be. People who fall into this energy level can really feel helpless and hopeless and start to kind of almost feel uncomfortably comfortable there because they don't want to get out of their comfort zone and shoot for better things because they have so many fears and so many beliefs that things will never go well for them. So they kind of just live life in a really, really sad, unhappy state. And that's something we don't want for you guys. That's why I think bringing this to light can really be helpful and empowering.
Right, yeah, and it's important to know that we can fluctuate between them all. Like Zach and I, we both act like a victim sometimes,
Guilty.
But maybe not as much as we used to.
Right.
And so yeah, so victim is level 1, the lowest on the scale when it comes to being able to succeed, be happy, enjoy life.
Yes.
And when a lot of gay men are in this, it's like Zach said, it's, oh, I'm afraid to go out and meet people because, oh, I might fail, so why even try? Or people might judge me.
Right.
And that's the lowest place to be. And that's when you're plagued with limiting beliefs.
Right.
Is being in victim, just really high limiting beliefs. So not even trying to get out there and change the situation because it's like, well, I can't because I'm going to lose, so why even try?
Right. Hey, Jay. Hey, Anthony. And recognizing this is what's helped us be able to shift out of this energy really quickly. I know before this, I used to dwell in victim energy quite a bit. And the next level we'd like to talk to you about.
Can I point out, yeah, Phoebe says fear of rejection because of transitioning. I've noticed that since I've started. So yeah, so fear of rejection is a big fear, very valid, but again, falls into that limiting belief category that can cause someone to feel stuck.
Yeah, and the energy level just above, or mindset just above victim energy is anger. And this is where you really have these feelings of hatred, antagonism, struggle, resistance, and frustration, defiance, and most importantly, blame. This is where you're blaming other people for your problems. And you have this outward momentum directed towards blaming other people for your circumstances. And it's just like, and so examples in the gay community would be like, you know, the guys, the really attractive guys at the bars, or the gay clubs, they don't understand me. They'll never accept me. And the gay community is judgmental and shallow, so I don't want to be a part of it. And just those feelings of just really aggression but not taking any responsibility for yourself. Anything you want to elaborate on that?
Right. Yeah, I meant to look at some of the comments I've seen, but like really just downright like spoken from gay people. Like, oh, the gay community is so harsh and judgmental, I don't want anything to do with it. Or, oh, the gay community, it's only full of shallow, narrow-minded, judgmental people, so I don't even want to talk to them.
Yeah.
That's very much anger-oriented, just, and these are gay people saying this about the gay community.
Right.
And it's understandable because a lot of them have been rejected and have been exposed to very mean gays that were acting mean, but then it causes them to put their guard up and kind of project that onto all gays and maybe not say, oh, well, maybe even though this 1, 2, or 10 people were really mean, maybe it doesn't mean that all gays are mean, and, you know, maybe you can still find the loving kind of gay guy you would love to be with.
Right. That's where all those assumptions and limiting beliefs come into play. But when you have these beliefs, and victim and anger kind of piggyback from one another, we feel angry at other people, we feel angry at the gay society for being so judgmental and shallow, and then we feel sorry for ourselves for not being a part of it. So it's just kind of this dance back and forth between those two levels. And so many gay men that we've worked with and talked to since we've started this business is just really feeling stuck and feeling trapped in this rut and having these beliefs that they're never going to get out of it. But the good news is it doesn't have to be this way. If you're feeling stuck, we want to tell you guys and teach you guys a great way to really get out of these low beliefs and to really shift your energy upwards. And as Andrew mentioned and I mentioned before, there's 7 different perspectives, and we're going to tell you about the third, which is taking responsibility. Instead of feeling sorry for yourself or being angry, you have the power, yes, you have the power to choose to take responsibility for your happiness and take responsibility for yourself. You can begin to strategize how you want to improve your situation and your mindset, because understanding that nothing can hurt you is such an empowering belief. Understanding that nothing but your thoughts can hurt you, And when you take responsibility for your thoughts, emotions, and actions, you know that what you feel is up to you and not others. And who here would like to experience more of that? Type yes below if you'd like to feel more empowered and more in control of your happiness, because each and every one of you has the power to be that. We don't have to allow external people or external beliefs or any of that to affect us. We each have the ability to choose our thoughts, and we can always choose a happier, more productive thought. And it's so easy to give your power away these days if you're falling into victim and anger. But with this mindset shift, you can totally reclaim it.
Yes,
Anthony
absolutely.
says yes, Joe says yes. Yes.
Yeah, awesome. Hey Warren, good to see you. And I saw Chris said when I see someone who I judge as really attractive, it makes me feel really unattractive.
Right.
And that can be falling back into kind of the victim mindset. It's not necessarily blaming that person or being angry at them for looking the way they look, but it's, oh, I don't look like that, so.
Right. Comparing ourselves to others is one of the cruelest things we can do to ourselves. And when we do that, we're basically, saying that we can't be happy until we're like that person, or we can't be happy until this person accepts us. It's just this slippery slope. But the good news is you don't have to get stuck in it. And Andrew's going to tell you some really specific steps to getting out of this rut.
Yeah, so there's tons of different things you can do, but I wanted to give you a quick exercise that you could do literally right now or right after this video. So I wanted to give you 2 basically journaling prompts for you to write about. And so this is going to be really helpful because it's going to cause you to be a little bit honest with yourself and vulnerable with yourself and getting clear on how you are showing up and owning that. Anthony says, what do you do when the person who is narrow-minded is someone in your family? And so that's a whole other topic, but I mean, ultimately we have to accept that we can't change other people.
Right.
And so really just love them for where they're at and
not let their beliefs, just respect them and love them anyway, and just not let those beliefs affect you because they don't have to. It's something you can just tune out.
Right. Yes. And I know it's easier said than done, but
right.
Well, we have other videos.
Sounds like
about
another topic.
Yes. So back to the journaling. So the first question I want you to journal about or think about is, how do I feel like a victim? What thoughts, attitudes, mindsets do I have that are more along of the victim mindset? Or how might I be blaming other people for my own struggles or challenges? So that's the first question to write down and journal about it. And so this isn't the most fun thing to journal about. I totally get that because it takes swallowing your ego, not listening to your ego and being humble and kind of admitting your mistakes or your thinking that's causing you suffering. So I'll repeat that. So first section to journal about, how am I feeling or acting like a victim? Yeah, Warren Sterling says, or martyr. That
right.
Being a martyr can definitely fall into victim.
Yeah, it's so important to acknowledge these things because awareness is the first step. Then you can learn to recognize when you're having these feelings. Mm-hmm. You can recognize it and decide to shift out of it instead of dwelling on it for hours or days at a time.
Right, absolutely. So having this awareness and literally writing it down and facing it in front of you is so powerful.
Release it.
So how am I acting like a victim, showing up like a victim? How might I be blaming others for my struggles or challenges? In other words, acting out of anger. Hey, Jeffrey, good to see you. And so then the second question. This question is a little bit more fun and empowering. So the next question is...
To journal about.
Right, to journal about. So how can I take responsibility? How can I take more responsibility for my own happiness and success in terms of these areas? My relationships, my health, my career, just your most pressing challenge. How can I take more responsibility in this area? And when you journal about this, you're going to be literally seeing what you can do differently to actually achieve something that you're wanting to achieve, whether that's getting out of your comfort zone and meeting someone, improving your health, getting out of your comfort zone and making bigger steps in your career. And when you write this down and you actually see what you can do differently, you're going to be, again, creating awareness like Zach said, but also starting to program your brain to think, okay, I'm not so helpless after all. These are things that I can do, and subconsciously, you're going to start thinking more about what can you actually do, instead of feeling like a victim that's, oh, I lose no matter what, this is really hard, or anger, oh, I'm losing because everyone else is just so mean, and screw them.
Right. Yeah, two very powerful journaling prompts. And yeah, type yes below if this is something you think you might be implementing, because it's so important to recognize where you're, allowing yourself to be in a victim energy and how you can really take responsibility to shift out of it. And if this was helpful for you, we want to let you know that that's great, but this is just the beginning. There are 4 more powerful mindset shifts or energy levels that you can utilize to have even more confidence and control over your life. And understanding these will help you feel so much more empowered and be able to have great relationships and live a happier, more meaningful life. And if this is something that you're interested in learning more about, Andrew and I love helping our clients and people that we know really to build their self-confidence and overcome this victim mindset. Type "no more victim" down below if you're interested in hearing more about these other 4 energy levels, these other 4 mindset shifts that are so incredibly powerful to completely eradicating this victim energy and eradicating this anger and blame that keeps you so stuck. So again, type "no more victim" down below if this is something that you're interested in hearing more about. Hey Gary, good to see you, man.
Awesome. Yeah, I've been doing this for years. Very helpful. Yes. Awesome. So we hope this was helpful for you, and I'd love to hear your responses to the questions. And yeah, type "no more victim" if you'd love to know more about this, and we will reach out to you and see how we can teach you about more energy levels and how to overcome all of it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for joining us today, whether you're watching live or catching the replay. We love sharing ourselves with you and sharing the things that we've learned over the years, and really enjoyed this time we get to spend together. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you again very soon.
All right. Bye for now.